There is something you have been carrying for a very long time. Not grief for someone else. Not resentment towards someone who wronged you. Something quieter than both of those. A version of yourself from years ago. The person who made that choice. Who said that thing. Who stayed when they should have left or left when they should have stayed. Who failed someone who trusted them. Who was not who they needed to be in a moment that mattered. You have told yourself you are over it. You have told yourself you have grown. And both of those things might even be true. But that version of you is still in the room. You can feel them when something reminds you. When someone mentions a name. When you are almost asleep and the thought arrives without warning. They are waiting for something from you that you have never given them. Marcus Aurelius wrote something in his private journal that most people use as inspiration. But he was not writing inspiration. He was writing a confession. He said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Read that again. Waste no more time arguing. He was not talking to other people. He was talking to himself. He had spent years in his own head, prosecuting himself for not being better, more patient, more wise, more worthy of the role he had been given. And at some point he wrote those words, not as permission to stop trying, as permission to stop the trial. Notice something right now. Is your jaw tight? Is there a weight sitting just below your sternum? That weight is not abstract. It has a specific face, a specific moment, a specific version of you that you have decided has not yet earned the right to be released. Zhuangzi told a story about a cook and a very large ox. Every other cook who came to this animal hacked and forced and struggled, because they were fighting the shape of the thing. Zhuangzi's cook moved differently. He found the natural spaces, the places where the structure of the animal offered its own opening, and the blade moved through without resistance, without force. Zhuangzi said, "The cook who hacks is fighting what is there. The cook who follows is working with what is there. Self-forgiveness is not hacking. It is not forcing a feeling you do not yet have. It is not performing release so that other people believe you have healed. It is finding the natural opening, the place in your own history where something was already true, that you were doing what you knew how to do then, that the person who made that choice was not the person you are now. That they were not pretending to be broken. They were simply the version of you that had not yet learned what you have since learned. And you cannot go back and give them that knowledge. But you can stop prosecuting them for not having it." Marcus Aurelius wrote this too. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The prosecution happening inside your own head is an outside event pretending to be justice. It is not justice. It is a story you are telling yourself. And stories can change. Not because the past changes, but because you are the one deciding what it means." Zhuangzi believed that the natural state of every living thing is already whole. Not fixed. Not perfected, whole. The river does not apologize for the bends it took to reach the sea. The bends were how it got there. Your mistakes were not detours from your life. They were the path. The exact path that brought you to the person reading these words right now. And that person has carried the old version long enough. You do not have to forgive what happened in a single moment. You do not have to feel it to say it, but you can begin, today. Not dramatically, not with ceremony, just with this. The quiet decision to stop calling them to trial. The quiet decision to let the verdict be. They were human, and so are you. And both of those things were always true. Here is the question I want you to carry today. Not to answer, just to carry. What is the version of yourself you have been prosecuting the longest? Not for anyone else to hear, just for you to know. Share this with someone who has never forgiven themselves for something they did a long time ago. You probably already know who that person is. I will see you in the next moment of stillness.